In this example, a ball is thrown from an initial height of 1 meter, that's this 1 right here, with an initial upward velocity of 11 meters per second. And the ball's height after t seconds is given by the following. We want to find all values for which the ball's height is 6 meters, and we're talking about seconds here, okay? It's meters per second. We've got the height, we're wondering about t, which is time. We're rounded to the nearest thousandth if necessary, and we don't want to forget about our units here. So when we look at h at t is going to be 6. That's the height after t seconds. And then we're going to see if we can work with this a little bit. You'll have to apologize for my t's. I have to make them look like little people so that they don't look like plus signs. And what we need to do now is we will subtract 6. We want 0 on one side. So we've got negative 5t squared plus 11t. I'm just switching everything around here for you. I like to work with the variables on the left. Just my thing. You don't have to if you don't want. And I also like to order the term with the highest exponent first, next lowest, and so on. So I know my a is negative 5 here, my b is 11, and my, oops, I was going to write a t. My c is 1. We're actually trying to find t here. So we're going to use the quadratic formula. T is equal to, that variable, which could be x or t or whatever, is going to be equal to the opposite of 11 plus or minus the square root. B squared is 121 minus 4 times a times c, and that's all over 2 times negative 5. Now you actually can type this straight up into your calculator, and you could go from there. I am going to simplify this a little bit first and then type it in, I think. So at either step you could do that. So we've got 121, and that's going to be, oh boy, I think that'll be plus, let's see here. Ooh, I made a mistake, I think. I just figured it out. It should be a negative 5 there. My fault, everyone. So that should be a negative 5. Oh my goodness gracious. And this should be a negative 5 here. Oh boy. And that's only where c is, so this will be, well, we'll just type that into our calculator. We'll figure out what that inside part is. 121 minus 4 times negative 5, and then another negative 5, and it should be 21. So all underneath should be 21, and this should be a negative 10 here on the bottom. So we'll just type this into our calculator. We need to use a grouping symbol. So this will be negative 11 plus the square root of 21. Oops, don't need that in this calculator. Close that parenthesis up, and we'll divide that by negative 10. So this is one solution. So t could be about 0.64, nearest thousandth would be 2, and that's seconds. Or we also have the, if we do second and the little negative sign here, oops, second and our enter, we can cursor over and change that plus sign to a minus sign. We need to catch each one of these, so make sure that you're doing that. And now you can just hit enter and you get the other one. So the other one is 1.558 seconds. And that makes sense in the context of this problem. If you throw a ball up, it's going to reach a height of, let's call it right here, this is maybe the 1 meter. So here's the ground. And this height would be 1 meter, and this height here would be the 6 meter height. There's 2 points where the ball is at 6 meters. So if we want to find all those values, we got to catch each one of those. So after 0.642 of a second and 1.558 approximately rounds to the nearest thousandth.